This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good morning, team. So in today's session, we will be talking about the Delta Lake architecture internal working mechanism with the deletion vector. So yesterday we discussed without deletion vector. Today we will be discussing with the deletion vector. I already created a data lake storage. I granted required permission. I created some sample folders. Now I created the cluster as well. Once the cluster is available, we will verify whether the existing mount point is working fine. If the existing mount point is not working, then we will try to recreate the existing mount point so that we can continue to discuss our things. Okay, setting up one node. Okay, starting Spark. Wait for a minute, team. Okay, so meantime, what we can do is we can understand what is the difference between the without deletion vector and with the deletion vector. Okay, remember without deletion vector, we have seen in a file, for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 records we have, but one of the record is deleted. What happened, Tim? Yesterday we have seen this 1, 2, 3 records are copied, new record is came here, total 4 records are written to new file, correct? So fourth record is updated means updated record 1, 2, 3 copy records we have copied here, correct? But in deletion vector, what happens is if particular record is updated or deleted, we mark this as a deleted within the same file. We won't change anything within the same file. So if if this record is updated, we mark this record is deleted in this, and we add only fourth record to the new file. We add only fourth record to the new file. And if deletion vector realize that hey, there are a lot of small files, then it will copy all the data from all the small files into a single big file. So that's how deletion vector will do the efficient operations. Deletion vector do the efficient operations. How many of you understood this thing? Okay. Yeah, now cluster is ready. Now let's verify existing mount point is working fine or not. DB utils, right? Okay. So this is SQL. I need to use Python. Yeah. See, India folder is displayed. So under India folder, I don't have anything. I don't have any subfolder. So I am just trying to give India subfolder. Let's see, is there any other folder? No. But let's say under India folder now I'll create a landing folder. Okay. Now let's see. Now if I say India, see landing folder is showing, meaning so now currently mount point is pointing to this particular storage. I hope everybody able to understand, correct? Now I am deleting all these folders just to make sure this data lake is only contains a global container, nothing else. Okay, I just proved that the currently this Databricks is pointing to the same data lake, but I hope you are also aware of how you can able to make use of the mount point to create a connection to data lake. Okay, I'm turning off the auto optimizations. Now I'm just looking at whether this path is available in data lake currently or not, team.
No.
No, it's not.
Okay, it is not available. What happens is now it will throw an error. Okay, it is clearly saying file not found exception. But can you tell me what type of table is it? A managed table or a external table, team?
External table.
Table.
What properties I am adding externally, team?
Location.
Delta.
Not location, team. I am
Delta.
enabling the deletion vector. Okay, let's create this. Now tell me what content we will have under this folder now. If I list down what I will get, team, under EMP folder now.
We
Delta.
will have log files and optimizer.
What I will have?
Delta log.
Very good. We will have only the delta log. Let's verify that. See delta log. What we have under delta log? Let's verify this. Okay, so as we just created the table underscore delta underscore log we have here. Now what I'm doing here, team?
We are adding a constraint to check age is greater than or equal to 18. And we are also setting the column to
Two
not
things we are doing, right? Not null constant we are adding, then check constant we are adding. Okay, let's add it. Okay, now let's describe the EMP table. You will see only the column names. Correct, team? Now I am saying describe extended EMP table. Now you see it is external table. Its a provider is delta, location is the location. And if you look at the options, now you see delta dot enable deletion vector equal to 2 check constant, and like you see delta dot future check constant equal to supported delta dot future deletion vector equal to supported future variant supported min reader version. After you enable the deletion vector, min writer version directly jump into the 7th version. Understood? Describe details EMP. You will see the details in a single line. Now I am just listing down the content. You will have still a delta log folder only because we have not added any data. When I look at underscore delta log folder, you will see all these files. So when you start looking at these files, you will see same as what you have seen yesterday. Okay, so first 00.json, this is the first version. So what happened? Commit info is create table, and these are the properties. deletion vector equal to true, and then these are the min reader version, min writer version. So reader future, writer future for the deletion vector. It's a new feature. Okay. Now if you go to the first version, so in the version 1, what we made change tip, we made a alter column, change column to make the column as a not null. See, id column is nullable equal to false. Now it is not a null, and still reader version, writer version is not changed. Writer version is invariance. So something newly added invariance. Basically, it is not tailored the null values. Okay. Now if you go to the second version, so here just we added the check constant. This is a constant. So here you can able to see. So this is what it is added here. See, reader version, writer version is not changed. Only thing here it is added is check constant, because when we added a not null constant, invariance is added to the right feature. When we add check constant is added to the right operations. Okay, so these are the three versions what we have completed now. So CRC, as we discussed, it's not useful for us. So but you have seen yesterday. Very quickly I'll show you 00.crc. So you can see deletion, records counts, file counts, all the transaction IDs, everything will have here. And if you go to one, you see at least some schema details and all you will have under here, because we made some changes to the existing schema. Here is the file count. You can see metadata. So null will equal to false. You can able to see all other details, number of metadata files, number of protocols, transaction ID, everything we can able to see here. Okay. So similar to that, you also have a second uh, transaction. So you have all these things here. Okay. So here check constant is added, but it is more of an internal checksum file. You don't worry about this much. Now describe history of EMP. If you see, we have seen there are uh, three versions we will have in this. Okay, we have three versions in this. Clear, team? Next. So if you look at your team, we are seeing two versions. Now first thing, I'm just inserting a one record. When I insert a one record, what content we'll have in the EMP folder now?
We
What
have
content?
delta log and Parquet file.
Okay, we'll have a delta log folder and the one Parquet file we have. Okay, this is the Parquet file. We have a delta log. Now let's open the Notepad++. So this is the Parquet file. What is added? So how many records we have in this file, team? How many
One
records we have?
record.
One record, that is ID equal to 1. Correct? One record, that is ID equal to 1 we have. So this is we know because we just inserted. But same you can also understand from the delta log. Okay, you see delta log and Parquet file only available under EMP folder. Now if you go to log folder, so these are the files we have. Now you can just take the latest 3.json. You just open this file, go to focus mode to read. Commit info is basically write operation. Number of files added is 1, number of output rows is 1. 0321. Okay, see 0321. So for same Parquet file, number of records added is 1, minimum ID is 1, maximum ID is 1, meaning ID 1 is added to this file. From here also we can understand same. Now you can just minimize this. Now I am inserting the second record. What happens to it? Will fail. Why it is going to fail? Due to the same check constant is fail. Now how many files will have under EMP folder?
One file, one Parquet file, one Delta log.
Two Parquet files, one Delta log. That is what we discussed yesterday. Okay. So B352, this is a file got added, but this file will have a 0 record. This file will have a 0 records and ID equal to, so there is no ID, 0 records we have in this file. If you see delta log is not added for the failed transaction. Same, that is what we discussed yesterday. Remember? You remember or not? See, the last transaction was of inserting ID equal to 1 to the this particular file Parquet, this one 0321. See here. So 0321, you added number of records 1, that is ID equal to 1. Clear? Are we
Yes.
good? Or so new, there is no new transaction log is added for the failed transaction. You can see we have only the max 3 transactions we have. Now describe history of EMP. See, in the history also you don't have that failed transaction because this history also coming from the delta log only. Okay.
I have a doubt in this describe history. In the column operation parameters, okay. I mean,
Mm.
there is extra, backslash and all those things. And how it is getting added? It is backend
Where?
here in from the last second last column slash name, those things.
What is slash name and all? I'm not
Wait,
getting.
wait. Operation parameters in the column operation parameters, you can see. Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
a
Second last.
schema. Hmm.
That slash I'm saying. The backslash is coming, right? Name backslash
Backslash is
ID
coming.
backslash. Okay, okay,
That black slash is coming because to skip the double quotes, because it is starting double quotes here, ending double quotes. To skip the double quotes, backslash is added. What is there in this?
no. So in some of the operations, right, extra. Suppose yesterday we faced some issue. So yeah, for that reason I am asking while loading into key vault, extra spaces and extra. This one was getting added, we believe. Then we encoded that. Okay. For that reason, I just have a doubt that in backend, is it adding some space or sorry,
No, no,
not
no.
space,
It just
slash or
because it is
yeah.
this is a column which is made a update. So that details it
Okay,
is displaying as a string. As part of displaying a string, name is also double quoted to skip this as a escape. It is just act as a escape character.
okay, okay.
Okay, so let's move on to the next. So we are inserting the 4 records now. How many Parquet files will create now?
One Parquet file.
Parquet
So
file.
one Parquet file is created, that is this 7b4. We know there are 4 records we have in this, correct? That is ID 2345, correct? Same you can also understand through delta log. So latest transaction log is 04. Let's query this 04. Commit info, if you see it's a write operation, number of files is 1, number of output rose to 4. The file added is this, number of records 4, minimum value ID is 2, maximum ID is 5, meaning 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these 4 records are added to C7B4 file. C7 B4 file. Okay, come back. Now when I query select star from EMP, how many files it has to scan, team?
2 files.
How many files it has to scan?
2
2
files.
files.
Parquet files.
2 files. Let's see. Number of files reduced to. Okay, it is matching. Describe history of EMP. When you see there is a one record is inserted here. See, number of output rows is 1 here, number of output rows is 4 here. Now I am making a some update. This update is happening for which file type? This file, right? This file, correct? Now let's see what happens in the deletion vector when these kind of things happen. I'm just deleting, so I'm just updating it. Updating which record team? Updating the fifth record. The fifth record. That fifth record is available in this file. Now let's see what happens. Describe history EMP. So there is an update happened, but what is this? Something is running after update. What is that, team?
Optimize operation.
Hmm?
Optimize operation.
Okay, optimize. Before optimize, let's understand in detail now. When I say select star from EMP, are you able to see the updated data or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's understand EMP folder and see how many files we have here. How many files we have, team? How many files we have here?
We have 5 Parquet files
5
and one delta log, and there is one bin file as well.
for the deletion vector. This one.
Okay. Now let's understand, because we can't understand directly like this. We need to go to the delta log to understand. Earlier transaction is fourth. Now fifth transaction is for update, sixth transaction for the optimize. First let's understand the fifth transaction, what happened in the fifth transaction. In the fifth transaction, now I am trying to understand. It is basically update operation. Number of files are added is 1. Number of deletion vectors added is 1. Number of updated rows are 1. Okay. What is the file got removed? Let's see. The file removed is C7B4. C7B4 is, this is the file which got removed, which is removed. Okay. Okay. That is good. These records are removed. Now, what are the two files got added? Let's see. A7FA. A7FA is the file got added. A7FA got added. So A7FA got added, and what is added to this file is, it is saying number of records we have added to this file is 1 record, that is id equal to 5. Okay. Fifth record, 1 record we have, that is id equal to 5 is added to this file. Correct? Are we good? Now let's see what is the other file got added. Other file got added is C7B4. Okay, C7B4. C7B4 is it a new file or existing file, team?
It's an existing file.
Okay, this file is basically earlier marked as a removed, but now it is saying again it is added. Now what exactly happened? It is not removed. It is just added. But how it is added is you have to understand here. Number of records in this we have is 4 now. Minimum value is id 2, maximum value id is 5. So what happened is here we still have a 4 records in this, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But this fifth record, it is just marked as a deleted. Are you getting it? Fifth record is also available, but fifth record is marked as a deleted. That's it. See now, so that's why fifth record is updated as what, team? New Venkat, right? New Venkat. But here, if you see here, minimum ID is 2, maximum ID is 5, name is Venkat. But now it is updated as what? New Venkat, right? It is updated as a new Venkat, but it is still showing Venkat, meaning this file, whatever is there, that is still there. Which is just what happened in this is just a fifth record is marked as deleted. Fifth record is marked as deleted. Are we clear on this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move on to the sixth transaction. What happened in the sixth transaction? Let's see. Oh, it removed so many files. Let's understand. There is optimize ran and it removed lot of files. Let's understand what all files it removed. 0321. 0321 is this is a file which is removed. But basically it is not removed, right? It is added back earlier. A7FA. A7FA. This file is also now marked as removed. This file is also marked as removed. Now this file is C7B4 is marked for deletion. C7B4 is also marked for removed. Okay, all the files are removed. Now what is the file got added? Let's see. This is a new file got added. In this file, number of records we have is 5. 5 records are available with id 1, id 5. Minimum id is 1, maximum id is 5. Minimum name is new Venkat, maximum name is Srinu. Minimum age is 22, maximum age is 55. Meaning we have 5 records, means with id equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the records. Here 1 record, here 2, 3, 4 records, here 5th record. Everything it is just put it into a single file instead of keeping this data in all these small files. Are you able to understand? Who ran this optimize command? Who ran this optimize command? Tell me.
The table property.
Optimizer.
Optimizer, yeah.
Deletion vector.
Deletion vector.
The Are you able to hear me, team?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, I just to switch it to Wi-Fi from mobile hotspot. So Now we just completed till here, right? Okay. Now let's move on further. Now I'm just doing just a minute, team. I think it is getting disconnected. Hello, able to hear me, team? Just to do
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, Malak.
okay. I don't know why it is disconnecting. So what I was saying is now all our data is available in a single file or not? All our data is available in a single file. Now I am just saying select star from EMP. Let's see what will happen. Just wait. I think it went to the waiting mode.
So will it delete empty file also?
Because empty file actually there is no use of this one, right? It just ignored. Now normally what happens, all these files now marked as a deletion, removed for now, right? Today after 7 days these files will be totally removed from the storage. For now all these files will be there in the storage, but after 7 days, because Delta Lake by default maintain a 7 days of history, what happened in last 7 days, if you want to roll back you can roll back. That's why it will keep as it is. After 7 days it will clean up all these files. Got it? Clear?
Yeah, got it.
Oh, it is taking. Let me refresh this notebook.
Deletion vector will delete all these files, right, ma'am? After
Not
7 days.
deletion vector, that is the delta feature.
Okay.
Delta will not keep the history which is older than 7 days by default. If you want to increase, if you want to decrease, you can do that. Okay. Okay. Here I think this is a command we need to execute it. Let's execute once again. Select star from EMP. Now we got all the data, but we are expected to get all this data from a single file. Let's verify. It may scan more files also, but ideally the efficient way is it should scan only single file. Number of files read is only one. Are you seeing that? Yes, correct. Now I'm saying select star from EMP where ID equal to 1. Still it going to scan only one file. Select, okay. Let's see, because we have seen something here. I just put a filter where ID equal to 1, right? Now let's see whether it is scanning a single file. Yeah, number of files read is still one only. Okay. Select star from EMP where age equal to 55. So now all this data is coming from a single file or multiple files, Tim?
Single file.
Single file.
Number of files read is one. Because now instead of scanning multiple files, so here, it just put all the data into single file. Now whenever user queried, it is just bring data from a single file. Now I am doing a delete from EMP where name equal to new Venkat. Okay, just delete it. Now describe history of EMP. Okay, delete operation is performed. Now let's look at the EMP. So are you seeing any Parquet files got added, Tim? Are you seeing any Parquet files are added here? Can you see? Do you see any new Parquet file? So first one is B352. See, B352 is this. Second one is A5AE. The E3. Sorry, this one. 0321. This one. Fourth file is A7FA. C7B4 is the fifth file. So only these five files are available. Earlier, when you do a update, one deletion vector file is added. Now when you deleted, one more deletion vector file is added. But actually if you look at the underscore delta log, okay, so seventh transaction happened, but it is not really added any Parquet files, because if you make any deletions, it just mark that particular record is deleted in the same file. See, if you go here, so operation is delete. Now if you see same file A5E3, A5E3 means this is the one, A5E3, which is the last file, active file where we have 5 records. So it is saying removed files are, this is the file it got removed. Okay, number of records we have in this is 5, minimum value is ID1, maximum value is ID 5. Okay, now but actually what happened, you see here same file is added again. Same file is, see, A5E3, same file. So with the number of records 5, minimum value ID equal to 1, maximum ID is 5. So here it just maintains some cardinality offset. So these details it is going to maintain in the .bin file. So what it does, it just to maintain a where ID equal to 5, that particular record got deleted. It just maintains that particular deletion vector, means it just to create a marking. Okay, this record got deleted, but actually it is not moving any data. But earlier, when you don't have a deletion vector, we have seen all the unchanged records are copied into the new file, correct? But now that is not happening. When you describe history, see, only delete operation happened. Select star from EMP. When you say select star from EMP, it realize whatever record is marked. So now you see the fifth record which is marked for deletion, except that record, all other records are given, correct? Till here, anybody have any doubts, team? Till here, anybody have any doubts?
I have one small doubt. Hello.
Yeah, please tell me, team. So I don't know, network is
Oh,
keep on disconnecting, team. So maybe night it was heavily raining here in Hyderabad. I think
so
network
my
is
doubt is,
disconnected. Tell me.
earlier when the Parquet file is marked for deletion, like to remove that file, it, after 7 days the file will be removed, right? But here we are not deleting the entire Parquet file. We're just marking that particular row as marked as deleted, right? So will it be available after 5 days or?
No, deletion vector file is going to be that is a dependency with the fifth file, right? The dependency files it will keep as is. Whatever is
So the,
marked for the deletion, if you're not using them back after within 7 days, it will be removed. But this deletion vector .bin files are depending, there is a dependency with the Parquet file, right? The latest Parquet file. So this Parquet file is basically depending on that bin file. So those dependency files and all will not be removed. Okay.
okay. So the ID5 will be available in the Parquet file, but when we are displaying the table, it won't display because there is a bin file which showing that particular row is
Yeah,
deleted.
because that record is marked as a deleted. So that's why that record will be skipped. See, when
But we
you
can't able to
look
roll
at
back
your,
that row, right?
why can't you do that? You can do it. That's what we are saying. You can roll back. That is the future of the Delta Lake, right? So that's why everything is still available. If you see, whatever you have done, whatever deletions you have performed, everything is available, right? All the Parquet files are available, right? If you want to roll back to the very first record you have added, right, you can roll back. Maybe see today, now if you want to go back to fourth version where you added this record, you can travel back to the fourth version, you can travel back to the sixth version, seventh version, any version you can roll back now. Got
Okay.
it?
Yes.
After
Thank you.
7 days, what happens is all these files will be cleaned. At that time you can't able to roll back. Within 7 days only you can roll back. But if you want to increase the history maintaining of 7 days to 30 days, 60 days, you can increase that. How to do that? Everything we have sessions. I'll be discussing one by one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now you see team here. So these are the like yesterday only. So these are the new table I'm creating, which is a EMP updates 3 and 5. What it is saying, it's basically a managed table which we created yesterday. I think yesterday table itself available, we no need to create a new table view cannot be found. Okay, just a minute. But when you delete this table, it should be delete. Just a minute. Drop table EMP updates. Just a minute. So some path is all not removed. So in order to recreate this table, I just cleaned up that now. Create this table now. Okay, two records are available. Now you just do the select star from EMP underscore update. So 3 and 5 you have. So this is the target table. It is having 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 is updated from active. See, currently it is true, but now we are sending active equal to false. Fifth record is a new record. So merge functionality, as we discussed, merge into target table using source records, match ID. See, for example, 3 is matching between the source and target, right? When matched, what I'm doing, when matched, then I'm updating all the source information on the target table. So if it is not matched, I'm inserting all the source information in the target table. Okay, just execute the merge functionality. See, describe history EMP, the merge is ran, right? But background now I think it should also running optimize command as per my guess. See, after merge also it ran the optimize command. Okay. Now let's look at what happened in last two transactions. So this is a 1 Rama 32. See, 3 is updated as a false, 5th is true. And when you look at the history, you have seen there are two things happen. There is a merge and there is a optimize. Okay. Now let's look at the logs. Under EMP, if you look at, you should be able to see lot of Parquet files. How many Parquet files you are seeing? Earlier we were having 5, but now I think 2 more got added. Let's understand what are these. Okay, now we need to understand transaction 8 and transaction 9. So transaction 8 first let's understand. So transaction 8 says it's a merge functionality happened. So what merge is performed is A5E3. A5E3 file is removed, meaning this file got removed. Number of records 5, ID equal to 1, ID equal to 5. Okay. If you come back and if you see, it is saying clearly. So this file got two records. This file got two records. What is this file? F74D. This file got two records. What are those two records, Tim? Two records are available in this file. So those two records are ID3, ID5. Okay, ID3 and ID equal to 3 and 5 is inserted. Now generally what happens is fifth record is a new record inserted, third record is updated. What happened is here it is marked as a deleted. Here it is marked already, fifth record is deleted, marked as a deleted already, fifth record earlier, correct? Now third record is also marked as a deleted and the third record inserted here, fifth record also inserted here. Okay, now if you see here, I think it just shows number of records are 5, ID equal to 1, ID equal to 5. Still it is a A5E3. A5E3 means same file team. A5E3 means same file. Here ID 1, 2, 3 is marked as deleted, 4 and 5 is marked as deleted, but 5 records are still available in this file. But only thing is third record marked as deleted, fifth record marked as deleted. Now 1 to 4 will be picked from this and 3 and 5 will be picked from this particular file. Okay, now later what happened is optimizer executed. What optimizer did, let's see. So it's optimizer. Let's look at optimizer, what it has done. It just removed A5E3 file. Okay, A5E3 is marked for removed. Along with that, F74D F74D file also marked for the removed. Okay, but what happened as part of this is it just created a new file. Okay, this is a new file it is just created. Okay, in this file it just added the all active 5 records. See, number of records are 5. So ID equal to 1, ID equal to 5, name equal to Krishna, name equal to Srinu, age minimum is 22, maximum is 44. So you have a 5 records here. What are those? ID equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records. You have 5 records. Now what happens? 3 and 5 is copied from here, and 1, 2 and 4 records are copied from this file. So that's why these two files are removed. It is added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is here. Okay, are we good, team? Are we good or not? So describe history MP.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the transaction. Let's query select star from EMP. Basically it has to refer only one file, but sometimes, as I mentioned, it can scan more than one file also. Let's verify. Especially when you have a merge, it scans more than one file. That is what even yesterday we have observed. Let's see now. Number of files read is only one now. Okay, fine. But let's say now I say select star from EMP where ID in 3 comma 5. ID in 3 comma 5. See, number of files read is only one. So all the data is basically reading from this file only. Are we good, team? Are we good till here? Okay, now this is the delta log what you have. Now checkpoint concept will not be there in the deletion vector. Okay, now you see, maybe let's go with the 12 transactions. Okay, so now it is going to create a 12 versions. You can see now checkpoints and all will not be created here in the deletion vector team. It is just finished now. If you look at describe history EMP, so if you see what is happening is from after optimize there is a write operations happen, right? So now if you can wait for few minutes, you should see the, just run once again the EMP history of EMP. I think optimizer should run. It is not running. So randomly optimizer should run team. That's it. Okay, fire. But what you need to look at here is you need to look at here. The checkpoint file is not getting created in the deletion vector. Okay. So it just whenever it realize optimize command, it wants to optimize the things. It will just create the optimize command. I think optimizer will run for every 50 transaction team, 50 transactions. Not for this. If it is a normal simple append operation, then for every 50 transactions it will run the optimize. But here there is update deletions are happening, so that's why optimize command is running. Normally if it is everything is insert, I think for every 50 transactions it is going to run the optimization. Okay, so delete, update, merge operations use deletion vectors to mark existing rows as a removed or changed without rewriting the Parquet file. Okay, now let's look at create database delta db, use a database delta db, drop table if exist cust table. Okay, and I am trying to drop a cust table, and I am trying to create a cust external table with the deletion vector. Okay, so you can see here first record I am inserting, and I am just looking at the cust folder. See, Parquet file is available, delta log. So first table is created. Now what we have done, we have inserted a one record. Okay, so two transactions happen. When you look at the 001.json, it says there is a number of files is one. Okay, and so here itself you can expand it in. So this is a Parquet file. Okay, so this is a Parquet file which is added, right? Now delete that one record team. When you delete that one record, so now you see that file is still available. Okay, and just a bin file got added. When you look at delta log, so the third transaction got added. Okay, this is the third transaction. When you look at the third transaction, it just says see here. So this is the commit deletion happened and the removed file is this. But actually file is not removed team. File is just available. Physically it is available and actually data also will be there in this file. And the only thing what happened is whatever data you have in this file, okay, that record ID 1 which is marked as a deleted. That's it. Okay. Now, so use case 2 if you see, I'm just creating a product table. So I'm creating product table. Now I'm inserting multiple records into the product table. When you look at the product table, you'll have a single Parquet file and with one delta log. And when you look at the delta log, like the second version, we basically added a 3 records. We added a 3 records, right? See, number of records are 3. ID 1, minimum ID is 1, ID is maximum ID is 3. This is a Parquet file. Now only one file, right? But if I delete out of these three records, if I delete one record, what will happen to it? It is not going to copy any records to the new file. It just keeps the same file and it add a one deletion vector. So deletion vector is added, but it is not copied any data into any other file. If you go to delta log, you can just go here, look at the latest commit. Okay. Okay, so there is a optimizer is running. What optimizer did Tim? Just added it removed a AD60 file and it is added a 1B BA file and it just kept 2 records in this. It just kept 2 records, ID equal to 1, ID equal to 2. Third record is just it is removed. But actually in the previous file it just marked as a deleted. Okay, just marked as a deleted in the previous file, this file. But now if you run it, you will see one more Parquet file. Sorry, here AD60 here the third record is marked as a deleted. Later optimizer command just copied 1 and 2 records into this file. Okay, so you can see describe history of product table. You can see same thing. So there is a write operation. You have deleted a particular record. There is optimizer is running. Whenever deletion updates are happening, the optimizer is running. But whenever there is a continuous 50 inserts means one optimizer is going to run again. Okay. Yeah, that's all for today from my end, team. We will let me know if you have any questions. Anybody have any questions, team?
Malaya vacuum is the feature, it will delete the files, right? I mean, default feature.
Yes, by default vacuum will set it for 7 days. If you make it as less days, then it will remove it immediately.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, team? Okay, team, if no questions, then thank you all. That's all for today.